What's up, everybody? I am Jaspreet Singh, and welcome to the Minority Mindset. I'm sure you heard on the news that Trump's immigration reform has stirred up a lot of controversy. You've seen it on TV, and you might have even argued about it on Facebook. I'm not here to tell you that your beliefs are right or wrong. We're all entitled to our own beliefs, and we've all had our own life experiences, and so our beliefs might be different because of that. My grandparents are refugees who had to leave their homes and fight for their lives when the Indian partition happened, and my parents are immigrants who came to this country with very little, and me, well, I'm just a YouTuber who likes to rant about business. So in this video, let's talk about the business impacts of Trump's immigration reform so you can decide if it's good or bad for our economy. Let's start with the basics. Donald Trump has proposed massive immigration reform which will make it a lot harder for people to come into the United States. And it will kick a lot of undocumented people out. This is beyond just a 7-country ban you've been hearing about on the news recently. Trump and his administration have been working on a bill which will start by cutting legal immigration in half, and it will get rid of the diversity lottery visa. If this goes into effect, that means it will allow 550,000 less immigrants into the country a year. So let's start with the economic pros of this immigration reform. Number one, the idea is if there are less immigrants in the country, there'll be more job opportunities for people that are already living in America. It's basic supply and demand. If you reduce the supply, you'll increase the demand. More job opportunities should mean a lower unemployment rate, and a lower unemployment rate means that there should be less people that need government assistance, and that should mean that there's less government spending. Number two, if there are less people available for jobs, that should mean there's less competition because there's a smaller talent pool. The goal with this is to get employers to pay their employees more, because if they don't, they'll have a tougher time finding a replacement employee. So how much are wages really affected? Well, we can't predict for sure, but a lot of economists agree that the jobs that are the hardest hit are those that do not require a high school diploma. Those economists also say that this type of immigration reform could result in $25 more a week in pay for those jobs if immigration is severely cut. Third, there are millions of undocumented people in the United States. There's a cost to that. Since they're undocumented, they're probably not paying taxes, but they're still getting government benefits like public schools, libraries, health, police, and other things like that. That means the rest of the taxpayers have to cover that cost, and some people, well, they're not very happy about that. Now that we have the pros covered, let's take a look at some of the cons of this immigration reform. First, less immigration means less smart people can come into the United States. Silicon Valley is the world's tech hub, and smart people from around the world want to be there. So a lot of companies aren't happy because this immigration reform limits the amount of talent they have access to now. About 100 tech companies have filed suit against Trump's immigration ban for that very reason, and some of the biggest companies to file suit include Google, Facebook, Apple, Snap, Twitter, Microsoft, and Netflix. So now, if these smart people from around the world can't get into Silicon Valley, they're probably not just gonna sit at home and play video games. They're gonna go somewhere else. That means there might be a Silicon Valley coming somewhere else in the world, and that would mean that smart people from America would leave here to go to the new Silicon Valley. The counter argument is, well, this just creates more opportunities for current American citizens to fill these intellectual jobs. The only problem with that is the United States education system ranks pretty low in the world when you compare it to other powerful countries, especially when it comes to math and science. So our education system is pretty severely lacking, and we haven't been able to fill that gap with our own students. Can that change? Sure, but will it change? I don't know. That's why the United States has relied on a strong immigration system to attract smart people from all around the world into this country to support and create jobs in the math, science, technology, and information businesses. But instead of just talking in theory, let me quantify it. Immigrants and the children of immigrants have founded over 200 out of the 500 companies on the Fortune 500 list. That's over 40% of the companies out of the top Fortune 500. These companies brought in $4.2 trillion of revenue in 2010 when the economy was down, and they employ millions of people in the United States. That means they bring in a lot of tax money for our government. Immigrants and entrepreneurship have gone hand in hand. Now, I don't know exactly why that is, but I think it's partially because it's hard to get a job when you're new to a country, and if you can't get a job, you have to start a business. New American Economy reported that in 2016, nearly 6 million Americans are employed at immigrant-owned businesses. These are businesses run by immigrants. And coming back to schools really quick, most of the United States higher education candidates are immigrants. The National Foundation for American Policy reports that 70% of graduate students in electrical engineering are international, and 63% of the graduate students in computer science are international. So Trump's immigration ban will directly affect schools' revenues as well. If Trump's immigration ban in the 7 states he had previously was permanent, that could result in up to $700 million in lost revenue for schools. It could be a lot higher if the full immigration proposal goes through. But these foreign students don't just come and live in a bubble when they come here, they spend money too. Foreign students spend about $50 billion a year buying things, which helps businesses and the American economy. So what do you think? Is the immigration ban gonna hurt or help the economy in the short term and long term? Let me know what you think in the comments below. What's up everybody? If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, and I really want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments below, and I know this is only a 6-minute video, so I couldn't go over everything, so if I missed any points, let me know below too. Don't miss our new videos on entrepreneurship, business, and money every single week, so hit that subscribe button below or hit this button right here even if you're on your phone. Follow me on Snapchat and follow us on Instagram over here, and check out some of our latest videos by clicking these buttons below, and as always, keep hustling.